Good morning. Thank you for joining me for another 5 good minutes with the Word. I'm Barry Bryson. We have two more Psalms to look at in our series, which is entitled Psalms by Others, by people who are not Asaph or David or anonymous. And most of these songs are by the sons of Korah. Up to this point, none of the sons of Korah have been given names. The last two songs that are by sons of Korah, they do have a name attached to them, and I think they are attached to each other. We have Psalm 88, which is a psalm of the sons of Korah for the choir director, according to Mahalath Leonot, and I'm not sure exactly what that means, but that's the tune. And it is a maskil, which is the kind of song it is, and it's by Heman the Ezrahite. So we know from this superscription, but also from Chronicles and other places, that the Ezrahites are part of the family. That's a subset within the family of the sons of Korah. This is by one of the sons of Korah named Ethan the Ezrahite. And then the next psalm, Psalm 89, which is the last of our psalms in the series, is also a maskil by Ethan the Ezrahite. So we have Heman, the Ezrahite, and Ethan the Ezrahite in Psalms 88 and 89. Psalm 88 is not like any of the other ones that we've read by the sons of Korah. As I said last time, if we didn't have a superscription at all, it might be attributed to Asaph. It is the most closely aligned with Psalm 73, although unlike Psalm 73, it does not possess any resolution whatsoever. It is a cry for help, and it is a cry for help that in which the person crying out to God has lost patience with God. Why aren't you helping me? Why don't you do it now? Why aren't you um, intervening on my behalf? And there is no, at least in the songs of Asaph, even if his heart isn't convinced, in his head he knows, and he'll let his head win the argument. But in this song, we don't have that at all. And if we don't have Psalm 89, then Psalm 88 is unresolved. But I think it finds its resolution in Psalm 89 that we'll look at tomorrow. Okay, let's read Psalm 88. O Yahweh, O Lord, the God of my salvation, I have cried out by day and in the night before you. Let my prayer come before you. Incline your ear to my cry. My soul has had enough troubles. My life has drawn near to Sheol, to the grave. I am reckoned among those who go down to the pit. I have become like a man without strength, forsaken among the dead, like the slain who lie in the grave, whom you remember no more. They are cut off from the land, from your hand. You have put me in the lowest pit, in dark places, in the depths. Your wrath has rested upon me. You have afflicted me with all your waves. You have removed my acquaintances far from me. You have made me an object of loathing to them. I am shut up and can't go out. My eye has wasted away because of affliction. I have called upon you every day, O Lord. I have spread out my hands to you. Will you perform wonders for the dead? Will the departed spirits rise and praise you? Will loving kindness be declared in the grave? And your faithfulness in Abaddon, abomination. Um, will your wonders be made known in the darkness, and your righteousness in the land of forgetfulness? But I, O Lord, have cried out to you for help, and in the morning my prayer comes before you. O Lord, why do you reject my soul? Why do you hide your face from me? I was afflicted and about to die from my youth on. I suffer your terrors. I am overcome I am overcome. Your burning anger has passed over me. Your terrors have destroyed me. They surrounded me like water all day long. They have encompassed me altogether. You have removed lover and friend far from me. My acquaintances are in darkness. So this is a guy who has been deserted by his friends, by his family, by even his wife, I guess. Anyone who has loved him or supported him has deserted him. Why? We don't know. But it has happened. And he he is crying out to God as he should. He's crying out to God for relief. But in the process, and from beginning to end, he is blaming God for all of it. In fact, he ends by saying, these are your terrors that I'm suffering. This is your anger that has passed over me. You're the one who has overwhelmed me with all this suffering. So why don't you do something about it? And it's unresolved. And I think we find resolution in the next psalm, not necessarily the resolution that he's looking for. God gives a voice to the person who is crying out to him from the sincere depths of their person. I mean, I don't think I think he's wrong. He cannot blame all of his problems on God. He can't. We are responsible for our own failings, our own faults. God is the one who mitigates, who ameliorates the consequences, and who forgives us of our sins, and who holds us to account because that's necessary for our growth and for the peace that we have with him. And that is not in here at all. But this is what he's feeling. In the same way, Psalm 137, which is answered by Psalm 138. In Psalm 137, the man going into exile, he hates and he wants revenge. And God allows him to pour that out because he's pouring it out to God. And that in itself is a lesson. There's a place to take those feelings. And it's wrong for us to deny those feelings. But it's also wrong for us to succumb to those feelings. And it's also wrong for us to dump those feelings on everybody else. And so in giving voice and in writing a song that we all have access to, when we don't have the words, we have the words provided for us because every one of us has felt this way at some time. And God has given those feelings a voice and he's told us where to take them. They're taken to God. So God is not endorsing this notion that that he's the reason, that he's at fault. But what he is doing is giving voice to this man's feelings and allowing his feelings and his expression to express for us what we're feeling as well when we're in this place. It just almost smacks of whining. I don't know what has happened to this guy, but I've had enough troubles. Don't you think I've had enough? I've had enough troubles. I don't need this, God. Why did you do this to me? People have just written me off like somebody's about to die. You know, you have put me in the lowest pit. Your wrath has rested on me. You've shut me up. I can't go out. And then he says, "Hey, aren't you the God that raises the dead? Aren't you the God that allows departed spirits to praise you? Aren't you the God of loving kindness? Aren't you the God of faithfulness? Then why don't you do it for me?" I mean, it's just so vivid. His feelings are so clearly expressed. And maybe when we feel this way and we read this psalm, we will see ourselves a little more clearly in seeing how his feelings do not really represent what is true in the grand scheme. Okay. Well, we really have to look forward to Psalm 89 because Psalm 89 is the answer. We're going to talk about how it is the answer to Psalm 88, and then we're going to read Psalm 89, and we won't have much time for anything else because Psalm 89 is long. Well, we'll talk about that next time. Thank you for joining me for another 10 good minutes with the Word.